After arriving in Canada as refugees, I decided to dedicate my life to public service. It's my way of giving back to the community for all that it had done to me and all that it has done over the years. I very quickly realized that there was only so much you can do at the ground level of community service before you reach almost like a limit to the amount of impact that you can have on the community. And that's when I started seriously considering running for public office, where I can have the influence and the power to create positive change in the community. So that's where the idea of running for office came about. Specifically in this year's municipal election, I wasn't planning on running for another 4 years, but the opportunity came about and the need was there to create positive change in my community. I work at the drive-in in my ward. It's a great historical location for people to hang out still. And then there's the involvement that I have provincially with the provincial government to create youth initiatives in Hamilton and the province. So it's been interesting trying to balance that with the election and with school. School ended for the year in April. Since then, that's allowed me to focus on the election and what's important here in Hamilton. But the way I see it is, if I'm elected, assuming that I am elected, the ward, the community would come first, as it has for many years. I would focus on that, take maybe 1 or 2 courses a semester, quit all my other jobs, and just focus on the one, which is being here for the community. I think the reason that a lot of young people haven't been as involved as they can be is because there's almost like this stigma associated with having young people in politics. By me running here in Hamilton, I sort of want to break that stigma and show the world that young people have a voice, that they have the ability and the power to create positive change in their community. There's different pillars to running for political office, and this is something that I've only learned recently. 3 of them specifically. 1, to run for political office, you need the support of your family and friends. There's no way you can be a politician without the support of your family and those that are closest to you. I was fortunate enough to have that support, to my surprise, when I announced my candidacy a few weeks ago or a few months ago. The second pillar is finance, and the third one is the volunteers. You can interchange the two. You can either have money or you can have support, like volunteers. I'm not fortunate enough to have the financial support. I have family and friends, and to me that's what's most important. And to me that's more valuable than any money. It'd be great if you can have both, but one or the other is really what it comes down to. About a year ago, I underwent a rebranding of my name, which was fun. This was as I was starting university. My name, my actual name, legal name, is Camilo Sanchez Galindo. We decided to change it to Cam Galindo. Not legally, but just for friends and family on Facebook, Twitter. Again, because we've always known that I was going to have a political future. And to have a political future, you need a political name. This was with mixed feelings. I like my name, I cherish my name. But unfortunately, there's people in the world that aren't too accepting to the idea of having Sanchez as a politician. The word I've been using for a while now is ageism. A lot of people are ageist towards the age of people. And again, going back to that stigma of you're too young to run, or young people aren't politically involved. But the reality is anyone can be involved in politics. Anyone can make a positive change in the community, no matter how old you are, what experiences you may have had, or what education you have. Is that youth play a bigger role than what it seems, than what people think. Youth shape society in many ways. Youth are what create change in society when change needs to be created. If there's an issue that we're passionate about, we're the ones with the passion and the drive to protest on the streets, to create that change. We're the ones with the energy to not just go with the flow. We're the ones that change the flow, the direction of where society is headed. And that's why youth are so important to society, not only because we are the future, but because we are what shape it. I came to Canada as a refugee, and 12 years later, Canada is a refuge still. But Canada takes away a lot of the credit that Hamilton should receive. Hamilton is my home, it is my refuge, and it will be for the rest of my life, I hope.